Hey guys, it's day 4. It is just about to turn 6 a.m. I woke up at about 4:30 a.m. today because the ship around about 4:50 a.m. we entered the Endicott Arm Fjord, which is part of the inside passage here. We're surrounded by the Tongass National Forest here, which also see we're sailing through here. The fjord, I had to look this up. A fjord is a long, narrow, deep inlet of the sea between high cliffs, basically carved in like this valley here. And yeah, we've been sailing into this Endicott Arm Fjord for about an hour now. I've got a pretty nice little video and picture of an iceberg over there. Never seen one of those before. Aquamarine blue, reflecting off the glass-like waters here. Pretty sick. And if you can see, I'll show you a different clip on this. Maybe I'll record this on my phone so you can see. Can kind of like merge these two videos together. But looks like we're about to make another turn here into another area. Check this out here. And our first glacier was maybe a bit while back around that those peaks over there, but you can see it was an ice wall between the top of the two mountains there. They described the name of it. I can't remember what they called that type of glacier, but yeah, it was amazing. And as we go to this passage here, it's a pretty clear day. We should be able to see most of the ice over here, so it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be worth went to bed at 8 p.m. last night to check this stuff out, so hope it was worth it, because yeah, some amazing scenery. Yeah, never seen anything like this. I definitely see why people like the Alaskan cruise the most. The scenery is just breathtaking. Like, it's day 4. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Wow, what a sight. If you're starboard right side, you might want to come over to port left side for a short time. Sumdum Glacier, the hanging glacier, reflected perfectly in the mirror-like water. So we're getting a beautiful double image. Also, the mountains are reflected in the ocean as well. So captain's turning the ship to enter Endicott Arm Fjord, and as we're swinging to the right to our starboard side, it opens up that view now off our port left. Beautiful hanging glacier, opal blue under the pink sunrise, pouring about halfway down the mountainside. Ladies and gents, there are 2 types of glaciers here in Alaska. We have hanging glaciers we're seeing right now off our port left side. No more beautiful example than what we're seeing now, hanging glacier, suspended or hanging up high on the mountainside. Second type of glacier here in Alaska, it's called a tidewater glacier. That's what we hope to see later this morning at the eastern terminus.
This is the glacier up here on the top. You can see the ice in the water here. And we should be able to see the sunrise once we pass these peaks here. This is my first iceberg, guys, right here.
Miles of Alaska's southeastern coastline. Tom Dawes National Forest was created in 1907 by President Theodore Roosevelt, named after a local clan of Tlingit Native people. We have original old growth trees here, spruce, hemlock, and cedar.
I'm really starting to figure out why people say this cruise is the best one you could do. Caribbean ain't got anything like this. Like, come on, man. Scenery is just surreal out here.
When their ships of discovery came from Europe into these coastal fjords of Alaska over 3 centuries ago, the early European explorers didn't have any high-tech hardware on their basic wooden ships.
So these are the fjords here, these walls, and it's kind of like the entry of Endicott Arm. They were saying the early European explorers, when they entered these areas, they would use a plumb line, which was a rope with lead weight on the bottom, to measure the depths of these waters. The water here is so deep, the plumb lines never touch the bottom. In their charts, they would just write ND, which meant no bottom. And modern days, with the depth measuring equipment, these waters here are 1,000 feet deep. So that's not even like, so just from the water down, it's 1,000 feet. So massive drop here. Pretty sick. All right. So as you probably know, the U.S. had purchased Alaska from Russia. They paid like a little over $7 million. Russia originally had Alaska in their mind for hunting sea otter pelts. The sea otter pelts, they were referred to the Russians as soft gold. One of the densest pelts there are in the entire animal kingdom, over 1 billion hairs in one pelt. So after Russia had basically went out and tried to exterminate every sea otter in all of Alaska, the U.S. bought it off them. One of the Treasury secretaries came up with the idea to purchase it, got it for just over $7 million, and that was at a price of about 2 cents per acre. So it was a really good deal over there. So, and geez, the view is sick. This mist coming off between these fjord here, I guess they call it, surreal.
reefs that have to fight through adversity, they have the longest life. They're metal, tested and hardened by constant challenge. In nature, adversity breeds longevity.
These trees grow right into these rock walls. These conditions for these trees to survive on these rock walls are quite challenging indeed. Hey guys, it's 6:42 a.m. and we are about 5 miles left to the end of the Endicott Arm Fjord here. It's just pulling this up on Google Maps to see where we are, and we've probably about like 80-90% done through here, and the views here are just getting insane. Like just surreal over here. Check this out. Well, really interested to see where this goes. The paths are getting more and more narrow as we proceed down the fjord. You can see the muddy brown water and like the aquamarine water. It's pretty cool there. Fresh water coming down off the mountains. Pretty interesting. I think we're about to see another glacier here, so get back to that.
For those of you on the left side, you can see there's two different colors right now in the ocean and a dividing line.
This guy sounds like Nicolas Cage. Aquamarine.
We're seeing two different colors. Glacier is very dynamic. It grinds constantly on the roof, and it grinds back and forth against the mountainside, crushes a lot of rock, very fine, into what we call rock flour. Rock flour is very light and fluffy. It's kind of like cake flour. And rivers, the big river back there in that side channel, and rivers carry the rock flour into the ocean and the fjord here. So rock flour is very light, fluffy, it doesn't sink, it floats on the top layer of the salt water, and it refracts the light and gives the ocean a muddy brown color. So that's what we're seeing off our left side. A lot of sediment, silt, rock flour floating there on the surface. In fact, what you're saying about Endicott Arm,
Molly, natural sea otter detected. That is a sea otter. It's at the brink of extinction. Jeez, the sun is reflecting right off the glass. There's an iceberg right there. Saying only 1/7 of the iceberg is above water. So yeah, I don't want to bounce off those. There's supposedly a huge one on the other side of the ship, but I'll wait when we do our 360 or 180 move.
softer metamorphic rock. So anybody on the starboard right side, you saw that big iceberg go by a couple minutes ago. You may have noticed the orange coloration in the rocks above the water. There's a lot of minerals in the softer metamorphic rock, copper.
All right, you can see the glacier is spilling between these two mountain. Captain's rotating the ship. Starboard right. The glacier is, if you see the two glare spots at where the water meets the reflection of the mountains, it's saying you need polarized glasses to see this in the reflection, so, or to see it. All right, so we've reached the end of the Endicott Arm here of this fjord area, and the glacier is behind me, but with the glare, it's usually not sunny or clear in this part, of Alaska, or in any part of Alaska. They were saying like might only get like 10 clear days a year. We have an exceptionally clear and sunny day today, and it's creating a lot of glare. So, but you can see in the background there, those two reflections where the horizon meets the water. The top one, a little to the right, it's to the right because, where is it to the left? I'm just trying to think of, because this image is mirrored, so, but, yeah, that's where the glacier is at, supposedly. It's like spilling out through between the two mountains. Aquamarine, or I guess actually more like glacier blue, but yep, that's where we are now. I got my polarized Ray-Bans on to try to see this. So there's like the only way to try to see through this situation is using polarized lenses. I actually have a polarizer on my camera, that other camera too, so we'll see. Because of the glare, the glacier was very hard to see, but on a cruise that went that next week, you can see it was much more visible. All right, so he repositioned the ship. He was spinning clockwise. Maybe he adjusted like 25 degrees. Now we've rotated about 45 degrees counterclockwise, or port. The glare is preventing view of the, I believe it was the Dawes Glacier over there. It's kind of like spilling between the two mountains over there. But yeah, he's repositioning again, trying to get a good view. Go to town.
No scrim in front to screen back the UV rays, creating intense glare, totally washing away the site of Dawes Glacier. So in my 20 years of coming into the fjords up here by kayak and cruise ship, first time I've ever seen these conditions where the sun glare made the glacier invisible. It varies week to week in the fjord, very changeable in here. Just to let you know, last week we had to stop the cruise ship about 2 miles behind us because the ice was too thick. We couldn't even get near to get a glimpse of the glacier. This week, this is the deepest that we have gone into the fjord all summer. This is cruise number 16 of 21 consecutive cruises that the Discovery Princess is doing.
You can see over here, we're heading back now. The glacier is back over here, and you can see the intense glare caused by the sun. It normally is never this clear here, and one side effect of it being so clear is creates that glare. And they were saying this voyage down the Endicott Arm Fjord here is the deepest they've gotten yet. Last week they said they had to cut it 2 miles short because there was too much ice blocking the path here. And of the 16 consecutive cruises they ran this summer, this was also the deepest run yet for the year. So pretty cool. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't get to see the Dawes Glacier here, but we're going to Juneau, and supposedly it's a pretty short lift ride to the other glacier over there, so we'll see what happens. All right, we're arriving in Juneau at 12:30. All right, guys, thanks for watching the Endicott Arm Fjord vlog, and got to see the Sumdum Glacier there. That was a hanging type glacier. At the end, couldn't really see the Dawes Glacier too well, but that will be a tidewater glacier like Mendenhall Glacier that you'll see in the Juneau vlog. But yeah, here's some time lapses of the sail through the Endicott Arm. And yep, ship sailed down there down to about where the glacier was, and turned around and sailed back out through the Endicott Arm all the way back up to Juneau, which ended up getting to, this was recorded around like from about 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Then the commute from Juneau was about 8 a.m. to noon, and we docked in Juneau around noon, about 12:30. And if you check out the Juneau vlog, you can see where it takes off from here. I end up going over to the Mendenhall Glacier and hiking down to Nugget Falls. And that was actually pretty fun, so yeah, check that one out. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching the Endicott Arm Fjord vlog, and have a great day.